deterrents that we have come across that have an audible ring, the burglar has stopped and continued on. So they are really good deterrents. Additional deterrents is just making your house look like somebody's home. When these guys are driving by, they're looking to see who's not home. When you're leaving your house and you're going to be gone for 15, 20 minutes, see who's on the street watching you leave. You know, they're opportunists as well. But one of those things, burglars tend to hit bankers' hours. They don't want anybody home. So if you can make your house look like somebody's home, cut down those trees, cut down those shrubs by your windows and your doors, leave your blinds and curtains open, you know. Don't worry about what they can see from the street, because they're going to find out once they come up to your door and knock on your door and find out nobody's home. Okay? Just, you know, talk to your neighbors. Your neighbors, you all kind of know, you know, your neighbors' habits and who comes around and what time. And if it just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't seem like that person should be there, call 911. Call 911 and stay on the line. Please don't hang up. You're our eyes and ears at that moment. Wait till we catch up, get there, and we conduct our investigation. Okay. Any other questions as far as burglaries? Thank you.
I have to pipe in because burglars just really irritate me. They're cowards, and you know, they don't have the guts to face you, but they'll break into your house when you're not there. When you come home, it's just a horrible, sinking feeling, and it just really gets me going. Not only what Detective Barr said, and he's a burglary detective and a really good one too. He actually puts on a whole presentation about burglaries that is worth seeing. I talked about this earlier. You know who belongs in your neighborhood, you know who doesn't belong in your neighborhood. If you got somebody that doesn't belong in your neighborhood, what I'm asking you to do, if they're in a car, get a plate number for me. Now, I don't want you to put yourself in harm's way, but if there's a way to do it, get a plate number. If nothing happens, well, nothing happens. If somebody breaks into somebody's house, we find out about it, you can come to us and say, you know what? I got this car and I walked by with my little camera phone, I took a picture of the plate. Because that kind of information is really good information. And we've had citizens do that. We've also had citizens who watch their neighbor's house getting broken into, and they're afraid to call us. Should I, shouldn't I, shouldn't I? You guys breaking into somebody's house. Call us. We would love nothing better to catch that hoodlum coming out of that house. What we see a lot of is, you probably heard the term the knock-knock burglars. I mean, that's what they do. We caught 3 fairly youthful kids. I think one was a juvenile and 2 were like 18 from the Pasadena area. And that's what they do. They had little business cards made up that said that they were tree trimmers. They bang on the door, you know. And if you're home, they go, oh yeah, I'm trimming trees, you know, if you need a tree trim. If you're not home, they bang on the door, bang on the door, bang on the door, no response. Go around the back, you know, kick in the door, whatever they have to do, and they go in. So be cautious of those types of people. We have the laws back now, right, on soliciting, right? You can talk about that, where we can actually go up and arrest these solicitors. So that gives us a big tool. So if I can send one message out tonight is watch your neighborhoods. There's some thief coming in here and trying to steal your property that you worked so hard to get. All right, I'll listen.
I got one more thing on burglaries, because I wanted to talk about the type of burglars that are very rare in the division, and that's the night watch, hot prowl burglars, the people that actually come to your house when you're sleeping. You know, the one thing that you guys can do for us, when you're talking about preventative measures, put up some lights that'll pop on, motion lights. You know, I can tell you that'll scare the heck out of them, and they'll be out of there real quick. Lock your doors and windows. I got to tell you, you know, the one thing that you know, when we're talking about hot prowl burglars, people that are breaking into people's houses, you'd be surprised. You'd really be surprised how many of them great percentage of them have doors that are open or windows that are open. So you can really prevent a lot of that stuff. Because, and the other part about the knock-knock burglars that he was talking about, there's another tactic, and that is distraction burglars. People that prey on elderly people, they'll come up, they'll knock on the door. Hey, you know what? My cat's missing, or something. Or maybe they might talk about, hey, I'm from the gas company or the phone company. I'd like to check something in your backyard. And, oh, sure, you know, let's go on out to the backyard. And while you're out there in the backyard talking with this guy, his accomplice is inside your house getting your jewelry, getting your cash, that type of stuff. Those are what we call distraction burglars. It doesn't necessarily have to be the elderly. It just has to be somebody that's gullible enough to say, okay, yeah, I'll go into the backyard with you. And now you leave your front door, your open plank, so to speak.
Yeah, add to that. Guess where all those burglars, or the majority of all burglars head right to? Which room? Master bedroom. So ladies, please, your family heirlooms, all that gold, the majority of the stuff you might not be wearing day to day, lock that up. Get a safe that you can bolt down to that concrete floor, to the wall, safe deposit box. Those items that have been in your families for generations that could be gone that day, melted. Because that's what these burglars are doing. Some of these burglars are bypassing these electronics, laptops, iPods, iPads. They're going straight for the gold. They're going straight for the gold and any firearms that they might be able to find in that master bedroom. So think about that. Think about those things. Yes?
We had a follow-home robbery in West Hills a couple months ago. Did they catch the perpetrator today?
Follow home robber?
A home invasion.
Home invasion. Robber.
You have to be more specific.
No, I got it. We don't have many of those, but we do have them. And I don't know if you're talking what specific one you're talking about, but what we found is in most of these follow homes, usually the victim is also involved in something, and they're targeting that person for a reason. And we talked a little earlier about the medical marijuana. We find that is usually tied into a lot of our follow home robberies or home invasions. Somebody will be a courier and they'll lie in wait and follow them home to get product and stuff like that. I don't think that we have a problem with that, so to speak, in the area, but we do have a couple. But the ones that we've had so far haven't been what I consider somebody's completely innocent that just has been targeted for some unknown reason. There's usually something more to it.
Yes, sir.
When I went to a meeting at the planning station, one of the events talked about one happening over here around Cross Street, where somebody saw it home, and the guy normally takes his money home from the business. So, that might be one of it.
Follow home robbery?
Right, it was one where Santa Monica.
From Santa Monica? Is he a jeweler?
You know about that?
That's all you can do.
Okay, go back.
And by the way, while you're talking about it also, we have two fantastic cinemas.
Only two?
That's same. And then fantastic guys. That is not easy.
We have really great senior lead officers and the liaison outstanding with you all and with detectives and with patrol officers. They're a great source for me. When they got information, they'll pass it on to my partner and I, and we try to get stuff done with them.